All right, no time to explain game. Welcome back. King Zeph here, back with another video for you guys. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday, man. We made it to the very end of the week. Weekend's ahead of us, a bunch of other stuff, and hopefully some relaxation and some fun coming up this weekend. Today, as promised, as I did to Wednesday, today, of course, is my favorite unboxing videos that I like to do for any of the TCG stuff, whether it's Lorcana or Yu-Gi-Oh! But of course, the infamous, fun, as well as interesting to see how well this works out. Boosters and Blisters. Yes, this is the episode of Blisters versus Boosters for Burst Protocol. If you guys have not seen a Blister versus Boosters video before, one, thank you for stopping by and welcome to the channel. I hope you stick around and hit the subscribe button. But two, the rules are simple. We're going to see which does better, the blister packs or the boosters. Now, of course, as we all know, the booster box has a ratio. The booster box is guaranteed to have 2 secret rares, 4 ultra rares, and the possibility of a starlight rare. Or it could be an error box. If it's an error, then we might get more. But generally, without errors, 2 secrets, 4 ultras, and possibly a QCR, not QCR, the starlight rare. The starlight rares are generally, I think, it's 1 per every, it's 3 per case, so it should be 1 per 4 boxes. Or is it 4 per case? I forgot the ratio that just that fast. It's either 3 or 4 per case. So if it's 4 per case, then it's 1 in every 3 booster boxes. If it's 3 per case, then it's 1 in every 4. So there is a chance that we can get a starlight rare out of it. There's also a chance we won't. But at 100% for certain, the booster box will have 2 secrets, 4 ultras. We will see out of the blister packs, we have 24 blister packs, which is the exact same number of packs a booster box contains. We will see which one has the better ratios. If they both hit ratio, whichever one has the higher value pool will win. That's really going to be determined by the secret rares. There's a couple ultras that are worth a few bucks, like $10 here and there. There's not many of them. The secret rares are really what's going to determine it, because I think not half, but at least 5 of the secret rares are high value. Crown and Fallen of the White are the 2 most expensive. Spenta is up there. Lucina is up there. It's like around 20 bucks. There's one more. Oh, the Radiant Typhoon, the Dragons, the Twins, the Radiant Twins, they're up there too. I think they're sitting at around 20 bucks as well. So those 5 cards are like the higher value secret rares. So depending on which ones we pull, we're probably gonna determine if one of them gets probably one of those cards, it's probably gonna win by default. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go as per usual. One of these days I'm gonna do a reverse order, but I was thinking about doing a reverse order, doing the blisters first instead of the booster box. But the boosters actually kind of set the ratio, because we kind of know the ratio is going to be. And also, it kind of burns surprise, because if we open the blisters packs first, if we pull above ratio, then we know how that's going to go for the booster box. So I'll just keep things standard. I'll keep things traditional. We're going to start with the booster box like we always do. So without further ado, and not me further ranting, let's get it going. So Burst Protocol booster box, I actually get to take the cellophane off of this one, because if you guys remember, when I did the initial opening for this, my booster box had no cellophane on it, because I bought that booster box from a different card shop, because I was with IB Friction over that weekend. I was not at my regular local card shop to buy a box, and they had a rule where they opened up booster boxes, which to me, I really don't care. I understand that, especially for a lot of other TCGs, it's just a good way to deter scalpers, especially I think the One Piece market is kind of going up there right now, and then Pokemon is still Pokemon. So to, defer the scalpers, a lot of stores will sit back and say, hey, you're gonna buy a booster box, and if you're not like a regular player or a regular customer there all the time, they'll we'll sell it to you. We'll sell it to you for MSRP, but we're gonna open it. That way you can't just resell it for double or triple the price that the card shop is selling for, which also, as I very highly sponsor on this channel regularly, almost every single time, especially when scalping gets out of control, don't scalp. Just don't be that guy. Don't be that a-hole that's standing in line and buying up all the product just to artificial. It's like, we have those people that'll be like, oh, it's just supply and demand and capitalism. No, if you're buying up all the product, you're artificially making the supply low. That's not because there's supply and demand. It's because you bought all the supply to force the demand up. That's really all you're doing. So don't do that. TCG is supposed to be fun. Yes, there is a collectible element to a lot of TCGs, and there are high value cards and high value things out of them. But at the same time, it's like, dude, no. And then of course, I kind of get a joy out of watching people, you know, scalp a product and then the set is terrible and it has no value and it instantaneously tanks and plummets, and now they just wasted all their money because they were expecting to flip it for double or triple the price and, you know, make a killing and profit, and then they get nothing. Favorite thing in the world. I love watching a lot of Pokemon. Mostly it happens in Pokemon. It doesn't happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. You know, with the new full arts and the serialized cards, maybe it'll kind of tickle in Yu-Gi-Oh! Up a little bit. It's gonna take some time before that happens, but I don't know. But Yu-Gi-Oh! is gonna become more collectible this year, which is good news for Yu-Gi-Oh! And hopefully good news for OTS stores, so that way they can sell more product. Oh, there's another Fortuna. This is my third one. Because of course Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of card stores are not carrying Yu-Gi-Oh! As much anymore. Because honestly, it's, you know, I get it. They're just like, it's not selling. And then of course you have everybody on Twitter and online like, oh, you can go on TCG Player and buy the booster box for like 30 bucks. I'm like, well, and not because the product sucks, it's just because people just buy the singles. Like, why buy a bunch of boxes when like you only need 3 cards out of the set? So you just buy the singles. So I get the argument, but at the same time, kind of stinks. Zalin the Shackle Dragon, this is my third copy of that. I have not seen a higher rarity card yet. Did I do what I always do with booster boxes and shuffle all the pulls in the back? We will see. I have not seen a ultra or a secret yet. You know, there's only being 2 secrets. The secret I may not care so much. Maybe an ultra I would like to see a little bit quicker, but watch it be my luck again that I put all the high pulls at the end of the box. And so far, that's exactly what it looks like. Inducting Warrior, Plasma Magician, another super rare out of here. I don't know how I do this, because as you guys saw on camera, how I shuffle these packs is completely random. So the fact that I do this every single time, this is not the first time this happens. This happens quite frequently. Dark Lord's Duality. Almost every single booster box I open, I shuffle them, and then like majority of the time, most of the high pulls, like the secrets and everything, end up in the back half of the box every single time. It's like my hands are magic. Gung Ho Springans. Oh yeah, one of the ultras is the new kit. I forgot about that. Starlight Rare. Hey. Didn't see that coming. You know what? Oh crap. Hold on. I'm seeing my cameras and everything go out on me. Okay, well, I got what I asked for. I pulled Starlight Rare. K9 X Ripper M. Actually, this is the K9 card, actually. I know this is an Ultra, but it's like only 10 cents. I don't even think it's a good K9 card. But we did pull it. Where's the sleeve? Of course, I didn't plan this thoroughly like I usually don't, but I should have some loose sleeves around here somewhere. Here's a loose penny sleeve over here. Go ahead and sleeve this one up, but the booster box is already... I'm actually kind of upset now. The first high rarity card we pulled out of the box is a Starlight Rare. We didn't, not an Ultra, not a secret, but a Starlight Rare. But I did actually want to see a Starlight Rare. It's the first Starlight Rare I pulled out of a main set. So you know what? I'll take it. It's good to know. It's just one of those moments where I'm just like, kind of wish I would have saw that later in the box. Maybe we'll pull the ultra rare version of that card too. So we'll have actually like the Starlight Rare and the ultra rare. But first Starlight Rare pull. So far the booster box has a very strong advantage. Nightwing Surlik, because now for Blisters to win, Blisters needs to pull a Starlight Rare. I think that, I know that card isn't that expensive, so that Starlight probably isn't that expensive either. I don't even remember. I don't even bother looking at the price of the Starlight Rares. I just know Forbidden Crown is the most expensive one. And oops, almost Ruction Special. Just flip the card over. Trust Brigard Dragon. I don't remember seeing this card. This might be one of the secrets, super rares I didn't pull, because this card does not look familiar to me at all. But sure. But yeah, I didn't even bother looking at the Starlight Rares in terms of like the pricing and all that other fun stuff. I just know for a fact, I'm like, Forbidden Crown is going to be like $200 or $300 in a Starlight Rare. That card's going to be the most expensive Starlight Rare in the set. So I'm just kind of like, I just know that and knew it. And it's going to be that way for a while. So I just didn't care. I was just like, whatever. I don't care what these prices are. I know which card is the most expensive one. Just keep it moving. Thank God I'm not collecting Starlight Rares, because if I was, my heart would hurt. I would have had, if I was collecting Starlight Rares like that, then I would have 100% like had to buy cases of this Elvino Power Patron. I'm not seeing an ultra rare. Jesus. We are like halfway through this box. I've just not seen one ultra rare. I literally shuffled all of these things in the back half. Jesus Christ, okay. All right, well, we're gonna keep it moving. So as I was saying, in terms of the advantages, still no ultra rare. This is gonna blow me. Watch this box be completely aired out and not have any secrets or ultras in it. That would be wild. Like, hey, the booster box actually was flawed and you only got a Starlight Rare in it, so Blisters has a much higher chance of winning. But yeah, but back to the rules while I keep going through these packs, waiting to see an ultra rare that I will not apparently see. Yeah, so the booster box is at an advantage because, of course, we pulled the Starlight Rare, so that means not only do Blisters need to match the 2 secrets for ultras, it needs to pull a QCR. It needs to pull a Starlight Rare as well. So that's going to be the mountain is going to climb. Is it impossible? No. Spenta, another A. Finally, something that is high rarity. A second Spenta. This is the second one of these I pulled. I am not mad at that. I pulled the first one out of the Walmart box, and then this one out of here. So sweet. Watch me end up with a playset of those. But that is the Magic's card. I know. I think what they're playing it in Draco Tail now. Yeah, I think it's Draco Tail. So you got that with some other Magic's cards you got to pull with it. But yeah, so there is Royal Archfiend. I think this was the one I pulled out of the first booster box. So finally, the first ultra rare. Thank God, finally, Jesus. Yeah, we have like the last 8 packs, so all of them are back here. So, back to my rant. Yeah, the Starlight, we have to pull a Starlight in the blister packs in order to have a fighting chance. I mean, there is a chance that we could pull multiple Starlight Rares out of blisters. The chance is not 0. You can pull multiples because, you know, since blisters are random, you know, it's not as, you know, I see it as harder, but the chances of it probably happening are a lot higher compared to just like buying a bunch of loose booster boxes. So it is possible. It could happen. If it does happen, it'll be a first on the channel and it'd be crazy. Archfiend's Emperor is the second copy of this. So Archfiend's Emperor and then Royal Archfiend. It looks like both Archfiends out of the ultras. These ultras are not hitting at all. Both these ultras are bad. Both of them are bad. Let's just go ahead and just, you know, round it out. K9X Ripper is an ultra rare. Let's just go ahead and just get both of them. Pull the Starlight and pull that one out. Survey says, ooh, the For Hire. Rex Ride For Hire. I don't even think we pulled any For Hires out of any of these that we've opened. I don't recall seeing it. But we have 1 secret, 2 ultras left, 5 packs left, and then the booster box will be done, and then the fun begins with the blisters, seeing how those go on that side. GMX, Arsenal Audit, Gung Ho Springen. Why do I feel like there's an error card back here? Because it was like shining. And then Elf Note Lucina, another Lucina. Very, very nice. I needed another copy of that. Oh, it's just the edging of this on the top. So both of our secrets have been pulled. We got a Lucia, and actually both of these are pretty high value because I think Lucia is like 17 or 18 bucks. Spenda should be like 25. So both the secrets are pretty high value. So we did pull at least 2 of the 5 like higher tier secret rares out of here. Another Elf Nostrelitzia, 3rd copy of this. Don't need 3, but hey, I am not mad. I'll take it. What's our last ultra gonna be? Come on, just humor me. Humor me, booster box. Let it be K9X Ripper. Let it be K9X Ripper as the last ultra rare. How hilarious would that be? What other ultra rare would be that? I can't remember. I feel like I'll see. Well, I feel like I'll remember when I see it. But what other ultra would be? I didn't even get this thing open. Yeah, I can't think of the other ultra rares or whichever one would be another good one to pull. I don't remember. Like I said, I'll probably remember it when I see it because this pack did not want to open. I completely destroyed that bad boy. Alrighty, come on. 3 packs left. Well, there's 2 after this one. Followed by Elfnos Rhapsody of Madness, Senji, and Rocket Loader. There we go. Not a good one. Yep, there it is. There, yep. I wanted it to be K9 Ripper now. I'm a little upset. I'm bummed out now because I definitely would have liked, for the lulz, because I think that card's like 10 cents. I think that card is like literally the cheapest ultra rare in the entire set. Super BES Metal Slave, and then followed by these, and then last pack magic. It's gonna be a super unless it's an error, which I would love to see. I mean, I've seen a couple error packs in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I've never pulled one. I think I pulled one. Well, no, I never pulled one in Yu-Gi-Oh. It'd be nice if I did. Nightmare Hands. This is a Heck Hands card. Pretty much as illusion. Yep. Illusion. It wasn't illusion support, but I think it really supports Heck Hands more than anything else. So, the ultra rares, although 4 of them, only good one is this one. And only good one is Strelitzia. And then, of course, we did get Spenta and Lucia, and then 1 Starlight rare of K9 Ripper X. I'm gonna have to actually look and check the value. Actually, you know what? I can check that now. Well, where's mine? I would check my computer, but I'm gonna actually check my phone. It's probably gonna be a little bit easier for me to do on that side. TCG player. Let's see. What are you? Here's excuse this brief intermission while I search to see the price of a QCR. Filter. Where's the rarity? Starlight. And save. What? Oh, just 25 bucks. It's not bad. Yeah, Ripper M is 25 bucks. And it is not the cheapest. The cheapest one is the Royal Archfiend. The Royal Archfiend and no, Top Logic Blaster Dragon is the cheapest one of them all. Of course, Forbidden Crown, and actually Crown is $257. Yep, Crown is the most expensive, as expected. Oh, then this is also, I forgot about the other Stardust Dragon, stuff like that. So yeah, so that was not bad. Better than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm not gonna complain. Like I said, it wasn't a great one. Could have been worse. Alrighty. So that covers the booster box. Booster box ratios are set. I'm gonna set those right here. Trying to get this stuff out of the way. And now I have to hurt my arm. And reach for the lovely 24 blisters. And thus begins the massive amount of cardboard and other things I have to open for these. It's been a long time, because did I do blister versus boosters for Doom of Dimensions? I don't think I did. Excuse me. I don't think I did blister versus boosters for Doom of the Dimensions, and I think the only reason I didn't do it was because, one, the set wasn't super strong, but also I think that was the one set that getting blisters was a little bit trickier for me because my stores weren't restocking it, and then Hobbyville didn't start selling them till later. So by the time they started selling them, I was like, I don't need to do this. I might have though. If the video's on my channel, you know, it can be found, but I don't recall doing a blister versus boosters for that set at all. I really don't. All right, GNX Volvin, nothing out of pack number 1. So blisters, you have once again a huge hill to climb, but you have won once. You have done the unthinkable once before. Can you do it again and not just be luck of the draw or just blind viewing? Like, can this actually be something substance? Let's see if you can come out ahead or at least break even. Let's just say that. Survey says second super rare is the exact same one. Volex, 2 in a row. We're starting off pretty sad. It's only 2 packs in, so we're not gonna you know, we're not gonna just go straight A and be like, oh, this is horrendous. 2 packs in, we got the exact same super. This pack did not want to leave the shell. Pulling from the next one. I'm rooting for your Blisters. I am. I really am. I'll never forget, actually, and really, realistically speaking, for those that are still watching, and I appreciate you guys for still sticking around because I know this video is on the longer side. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Girona, the power picture and the tuning. This is one of the super rares I was hoping to see. I'm going to put you over here because I have yet to pull you. And that was one of the ones I needed. That's like the boss monster for Elf Notes right now. And it shouldn't be that hard to summon. And I think what is it? Isn't it an Omni Negate? I think it hits the field and then negates everything on the board. Oh, or every face-up card, let's say that. Not everything on the board. So everything face-up gets negated once it's summoned. Finally, I'm like, I've opened up almost like, you know, pretty much 3 booster boxes of product and have yet to see that card. And I finally see it. So now I'm happy. We're good. But yes, no, so back to my origin story. So like I said, for those that are still watching, thank you guys for sticking around. I know this video is longer, but the origin story of the whole point of these videos was that I was in one of my Facebook groups. I don't even think I'm in that Facebook group any longer because I think it either disbanded or, you know, people were trying to scalp stuff or whatever happened, or I just got irritated because a lot, you know, ignorance really triggers me. That is one of my triggers. I will let you guys know that. Bora reboot. And so, this may seem minor to some and not so minor to others. I really don't like in Facebook groups or even Twitter groups or whatever, when people post cards and ask, is it worth anything? Like, I get that the idea is there's no such thing as a stupid question. There is. But to put a pin in that term, I believe that the correct phrasing for that is that a stupid question is a question that you can easily answer yourself. So it kind of triggers me when people hop into Facebook groups and they go, hey, is this card worth anything? And then the group has an admin that has to approve every single, damn, another 2 in a row. They have to approve every single post that happens in the group just to make sure that, like, one, people are being polite and they're not trying to like scam anybody and all that other good stuff, which I'm fine with. But you have to post something. It has to sit in limbo for however how long, whether it's a couple minutes, a couple hours, based upon whatever the admin is doing, to ask a simple question that you can go on Google or look on TCG Player and easily find the answer to. Now, some people argue that, you know, hey, it's a conversation starter and it's a group and blah, 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 blah. And I hear you on that side, but it really irks me because it's just like the same amount of energy and time you took to post in the group and wait for an answer. And the answer you get may not even be the right answer. You may, because the internet's full of trolls. You'll have a bunch of smart asses that'll come in there and be like, or like the card will be expensive and it's like, oh, it's worth nothing. It's like $1 or whatever. They'll buy it off you or blah, 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 blah. Or sometimes the card will be really poor and they'll just like, oh, this card is worth a lot. Do like grade it and all this other stuff. And, you know, a bunch of bad stuff. Jesus Christ, another Volux. I've been pulling the same supers. We haven't seen anything good. Oh, I keep getting sidetracked, but this is actually really, really funny. But you know, like, you know, people can feed you the wrong information. And so like, it doesn't serve you or anybody. So the person is being the jerk that's like feeding wrong information. You're just being an asshole. But also the person that kind of put the pulse out in the ether and you use the internet as a resource to ask a question that you could easily ask your assistant, use resources like TCG Player and other places to find the prices. You also kind of bring whatever negative or the first Ultra Rocket Loader, not a good one. But you also kind of bring like whatever negative energy or negative repercussion upon you by doing that as well. Now, some groups may be different and some groups may be a lot more friendlier, but that's just one of my things. This is my personal opinion on that. But recanting back to the story of this, we were having a discussion. It was like kind of open where people were like, should I buy a booster box or should I buy a bunch of blisters? And I said, Jesus Christ, this card will not leave. This is like 8 of those. you know, people would always like, you know, oh, I always pull, like, I buy like 5 blisters at Target or whatever it is, and I've always pulled the nuts and all this other stuff. Or like, hey, I want to spend $100, and I buy a bunch of blister packs, I buy a booster box, and I would always say, like, buy a booster box. Like, your booster boxes have your guarantee ratios. You could honestly buy $100 worth of blisters and pull absolutely nothing. And, you know, then that's just $100 wasted, as opposed to a booster box that you can pay for 80 bucks and at least get something good out of it. Like, or, you know, maybe not something good, but at least have a higher chance of getting something good out of it. Like, you know, so it always came to that discussion. So it was just an idea one day where I bought a booster box, and I had a lot of blisters available. So I was just like, you know what, let me buy a bunch of blisters and see how the pulls were. And I think the first video I did, I think I just bought a bunch of blisters. I didn't buy a booster box with it. I think I just bought, it might've been one of the deck builder sets. I think it was, oh, what set was that? I think it was the set that brought Runic in. So it was Tactical Master, I think it was. That video is easily like 4 years old. You can find it on the channel. I think that was the first one I did where I bought like 24 blisters and this like new, like, hey, you're supposed to get like 4 ultras out of here and all that other stuff. There's our first secret rare, another Dark Lord Elf, Evening Star. So there we go. We got 1 secret out of 2, and we're running low on blisters because I've been pulling really poor supers out of all of these. And I just did that and saw what the pulls were. And I think on that video, we pulled exactly 4 ultras, or no, that was supposed to pull, I think 6. Something like that. I think we did get ratio on the ultras out of that box. So then going forward, I said, well, let's put them together. So I went and got an extra booster box. I bought the 24 blisters, and then thus Blister versus Boosters was born. And like I said, I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy doing that particular type of content for that, because it's actually fun just to kind of see and put the two together and see where your money kind of lies. Now, of course, your luck may vary because blisters are random and they just are. Like, you really can't control what you're pulling out of them. You could pull crazy, you could pull nuts, unless you're spending all day at Target and Walmart and all that other stuff weighing packs, which, okay, I guess do you, I guess. But I don't know, the trick was, no. Am I gonna pull the exact same thing that I pulled out of the boxes? I think so at this point, because that's the exact same secret rare, and then so far I pulled the exact same ultras. But it is an interesting thing to do and to kind of compare the two of them together. So far we're at half the ratio. With all of that fellow bantering while I've been kind of just casually opening these up, because like I said, all of these have been hilarious supers. And a second Fallen of the White Dragon. What were the secrets? Spenta and Elf Note. Now, both of these cards combined does not equate to this. Blisters, are you trying to come in hot? I think Blisters might be trying to come in hot now. I've been talking shit for the past couple minutes while I've been just opening up nothing. This is probably gonna be the exact opening as the Walmart boxes. This is actually really, really fun. It actually will be really funny if I pull the exact same thing I pulled out of the Walmart boxes, but hey. There is some life out of Blisters. There is some life, and finally a different fusion super rare. We still need to get 2 more ultra rares, and there still needs to pull a Starlight rare. That's gonna be the hard one. The ultras maybe not as bad, but you know what? There is hope. The secrets, you've already hit those ratios, and you pulled a banger out of the secrets. There is hope. We're gonna keep it moving. Misters of the Wolves and everything else in between. Blisters, if you, like I said, come on, watch like these last like 6 blister packs. Is it going to come up? Is it going to just say, you know what, I got heavy hitters in the bottom? Let's see, we're gonna find out very, very soon. If we saw a Starlight rare, then of course that will change things. Ooh, Spring and Kit, another secret rare. Tri-Brigade Spring and Kit, there we go. So we have broken ratio. We have 3 secret rares. So also another caveat rule I didn't bring up because usually it doesn't happen like this. If ratio is broken, generally with the blister packs, it will win by default. Essentially, if we don't pull 2 more ultras, the secret will replace secret rare will replace 2 ultras. That's just how we kind of balance it out, because since secrets are already harder to pull, they kind of count as 2 ultras. So in a sense, even if we pull a Starlight rare, blisters will win. They will win in that sense. Well, depending on what the card is. We haven't gotten that far yet. But so far out of the, since Fallen has a higher value compared to the other, to the booster box, if we pulled a Starlight rare, then the blisters will win by default. And to be honest, if we pulled a Starlight rare that wasn't any one of the low baller ones, then yeah, blisters will win by default. So far, the normal ratio is kind of there, but it's going to be determined on if we pull a Starlight rare or not. And next pack, finally we go Highness Archfiend, followed by all of these guys right here. How many of these blister packs we have? 4. Am I sure it's 4? Yes, it's 4. All right, 4 packs left. Blisters, it's your time to shine. Last 4 packs. Oh man, my arm is killing me, and this bag is filling up with packs, so I have to kind of be a little wary of the garbage around me. Spring and Hoe, followed by Highness Archfiend, another one. So, bro, the same supers in these blister packs have been crazy. I think I pulled like 6 boxes. This is like the 3rd back-to-back Highness Archfiend. Once again, the power blisters, they're random. At this point, I just feel like these supers are just clumped together. But it is what it is. All right, last 3 packs, come on. Anything good, followed by, nope, Connection Warrior, Plasma. Oh, don't do this to me, blisters. Last 2 packs. Are we gonna do this? The suspense. Let's find out. And I forgot the pack trick. Actually, I'll figure it out here. So, we got GMX, Shipping Archfiend, Springen, followed by Crimson Blader, Assault Mo Dragon, and then last, so it's 4 from the back. 4 from the back's the pack trick. All right, moment of truth. This will determine who wins and who loses. Last blister pack. Thank you guys for making it this long. Thanks for listening to me rant. Per usual, because like I said, all of these videos, at least for Blister versus Boosters, are usually every bit of 45 minutes. So you guys sticking around to the end is always nice. I hope you guys just didn't skip through them. I really don't. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back. We're gonna have some suspense. So we got Fedora, the Flying Fortress, Pensena, Magnet, First Penguin, GMX Chairman, Springens, Mechanical Mechanic, and last but not least, the final card is not a Starlight, and is not an Ultra, and is not a secret. It is a Rex for Hire. So, fortunately, due to the modified rules, there's 2 Ultras, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So, in terms of the normal box ratios, with the cheat, the blisters actually did make ratio. But unfortunately, because we did not pull a Starlight rare, blisters did lose. Now, blisters did try to come back with the 3 secrets, and then with one of them being Fallen of the White Dragon. Give credit where credit is due. Blisters did try to come back swinging. They just couldn't handle it. So the blisters lost yet again. And where's that Starlight? I said, where's the Starlight? It's over here just hiding. K9 Ripper M is our Starlight rare that opened up. So essentially, and funny enough, the first high rarity card out of the box. Once again, it kind of set the tone. Because we pulled the Starlight rare out of the booster box had the advantage and essentially kind of crowned itself as the winner. But well, I digress. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys are rooting for. Tell me if you were hoping that the blister would come back at the very end. If you did like the video, give it a like, give it a comment, and give it a subscribe. Tell me what your favorite cards out of the set is, and everything else in between. And I will see you guys again very, very soon. We'll get some Master Duel and gaming content as we prepare for the next set opening. Maze of the Mortals comes out at the end of the month. I'm not going to go super extravagant on that one, but I do need to pull the Dark Magician of Destruction. I do need that card for my Dark Magician deck, so we will see how that one kind of goes. And then, of course, Rarity 5 will be the next set coming out. But also, I have to keep my eye out for the OCG sets, because the 2 OCG sets featuring the full arts come out. The first one comes out at the end of this month, and the second one comes out in the middle of next month, if memory serves me correctly. And I have not seen them available for pre-order on TCG Corner. Yugi Market has them, but I don't want to pay Yugi Market's tax on them right now because they're charging a lot for them. So we'll see what happens. But regardless, it's King Zeph. No time to explain. Till next time, I'm out. Enjoy your guys' weekend. See you soon. Peace.